It wasn't until he saw his wife holding their daughter's photo at the trial that the man finally realized the truth. As the defense lawyer, he had spent the past few days pleading for a car accident suspect, even staying by their side the entire time, but he never imagined that person was the one who killed his own daughter. When his daughter's name was mentioned in court, he froze on the spot. 3 days ago, it had been his daughter's birthday. She saw a familiar license plate outside their house. Thinking her dad had come home, she ran onto the road to greet him, but in a flash, a speeding car struck her, and the driver was the son of the man's first love. The young man had been drunk. The crash sobered him instantly. All he could think about was that a DUI would land him in jail, so he fled the scene in panic. Meanwhile, the wife received the news and immediately called her husband. Before she could explain, his phone showed another incoming call. It was from his first love's son. Without hesitation, he hung up on his wife and answered the other call. His first love stood right beside him. The young man confessed everything. Her face turned pale in fear. She told him to wait at the hospital and said she'd be there soon. Back at the scene, a bystander helped the wife get their daughter into surgery. She called her husband again, crying and begging him to come see their daughter one last time, but he replied coldly, saying he couldn't get away. His first love had a serious family issue, and he had to stay with her. The wife was furious. She warned him, if he didn't come today, he would regret it for the rest of his life. Soon, the light outside the door turned off. The doctor came out with bad news. The child's injuries were too severe. There was no way to save her. The wife collapsed in shock. She staggered to the bedside. Her daughter opened her eyes weakly and begged to call her dad. She just wanted to see him one last time. The wife tearfully made the call, but the man casually offered a few words of comfort, then hung up. At that moment, the daughter saw a figure outside through the door crack. She thought her dad had finally come, but watched in silence as he walked into the room across the hall. She closed her eyes, full of heartbreak and disappointment. Inside the room, the young man was pretending to be innocent, insisting he had been driving normally, but as the lawyer leaned closer, he smelled alcohol. The young man quickly lied, saying it was from disinfectant. As an experienced lawyer, he instantly sensed something was wrong and told him, if anyone asked, just say he couldn't remember anything. Outside, the wife pushed her daughter's lifeless body down the hall and called her husband once more. Irritated, he yelled at her over the phone. On the other end, his first love and her son were joking and flirting. Hearing that, the wife's hand trembled and her phone dropped to the ground. She stared at the death certificate in her hands, her eyes filled with determination. She swore to get justice for her daughter, but before she could walk away, she saw her husband walking out of the room with his first love and her son by his side. She charged forward, burning with rage, and stopped the heartless man right in his tracks.